Et bien, il se retrouve actuellement en deuxième position, Andreas Zolder. Et on va voir le numéro de la voiture. Il me semble que c'est Matteo Meneghello qui est sorti très très fort. En tout cas, ça me paraît être une voiture du Team Euro International, ça c'est sûr.
Voilà, il a dû escalader la voiture. On aimerait bien avoir des nouvelles quand même
du pilote.
De ce qui se passe là du pilote, parce qu'il est sorti vraiment très très vite. Ouais, on voit qu'il il a décollé, hein, c'est ce que je craignais, hein, il a décollé au freinage sur
oui, avec carrément
la roue arrière de...
C'est deux positions, il en a repris une, on va voir s'il y a...
Oh là là, attention, une sortie de piste spectaculaire avec un tonneau, effectivement, Johan.
Je pense pas que ce soit Milos Pavlovic, mais ça, je sais pas, on va pas les numéros.
On va peut-être avoir une image ralentie dans un instant.
C'est une voiture du Draco ou pas.
4, si vous venez de nous rejoindre sur AB Moteur, Milos Pavlovic parti à la faute, regardez.
Il s'est envolé sur...
Une image incroyable avec un tête à queue suivi d'un tonneau spectaculaire pour le Draco Multiracing. Milos Pavlovic avec le numéro 4 que l'on voit debout.
Peu de temps après, Piccione, qui veut dire pigeon en italien, décide qu'il peut lui aussi voler. J'étais positionné à l'intérieur avec une voiture à ma gauche et une autre devant moi. Tout le monde a freiné très tard. Toutes les voitures ont donc brusquement ralenti. J'ai sauté sur les freins, mais j'ai touché la voiture devant moi et ma voiture a décollé. J'ai fait quelques soleils. Je ne sais pas exactement combien, mais ce que je sais, c'est que je me suis envolé très haut dans le ciel avant de retomber très durement sur le sol. C'était vraiment un gros crash.
El piloto valenciano. Ahí ven cómo anuncia los últimos 5 segundos. Se va a poner el semáforo en verde. Ahí está la salida. Vamos a ver esa primera curva, cómo la negocia Miguel Molina. La salida de todos los monoplazas. Atención, el primer incidente de carrera. Y un piloto de Prema puede ser Ben Halley, el que se ha visto involucrado en esa situación. Ojo que podría haber sorpresa. El gran candidato a pillarle esa primera posición, a arrebatársela. Bueno, pues Ben Halley, el británico, que no va a poder puntuar en esta primera carrera más allá de los 2 puntos que ha conseguido por esa segunda posición en su calificatoria. Vemos el incidente repetido, como literalmente pues embiste a un piloto que creo que era precisamente Álvaro Parente, y ese incidente le ha hecho quedarse fuera de carrera.
The race, but gained it back through pit stops. And here is a fight. Oh, dearie me, a huge accident. And that is Salvador Duran. Over and over he goes, and into the catch fencing, and over the catch fencing as well. He raises his hand saying, I'm okay. But that was a huge, huge accident for Salvador Duran. Jumps out of the car, adrenaline still pumping through his veins. And wow, it's first Falsey who brakes a little bit early, and the nose of the car just hits that rear wheel and sends him over, sliding through the gravel on his head. Then it catches and over he goes, barrel rolling over the tyre barrier, over the catch fencing and into the slip road. Marshall's very lucky, anyone on the slip road very lucky as well.
Allez, ça sent bon quand même pour Julien Jousse. Oh, attention, l'énorme crash pour Marco Bonanomi. Ah, évidemment le safety car qui va prendre la piste, mais je me demande même si on va pas avoir peut-être une interruption de course. Va falloir suivre ça. Est-ce qu'on voit le pilote bouger? Oui, évidemment, il bouge un tout petit peu la tête, ça c'est normal. Allez, ça serait bien de le voir s'activer un tout petit peu. Énorme, ouais, ça va, ça devrait... Allez, on va voir ce qui s'est passé. Il a tout simplement tenté de déboîter. Et là, regardez les 2 roues qui s'accrochent. C'est le danger, évidemment, en monoplace. Et la monoplace de Marco Bonanomi qui décolle littéralement sur la roue arrière droite de Michael Aleixin.
Watch to see John Lancaster, the Englishman, has been so strong in qualifying. The Vortex car gets very sideways, almost hits up. Pierre collides. Where's Ricciardo? Ricciardo rolls out of the race. Steam pours from the radiator. What an absolute disaster for both of the front row men. Now Lancaster seems to have got away with relatively little damage on the car. Found a spot replacing Walter Grobmuller in the P1 team for the time being. A look at that, just got oversteer, maybe 2 cold tyres, just so much power going through the rear tyres there. Watch from Ricciardo's onboard, you can see gets sideways one way, I think maybe of trying to avoid making contact with Guerrieri, it just flicked back the other way out of his control.
War heute Morgen nach der Qualifikation und gestern auch schon im Training das große Gesprächsthema schlechthin. Da hat es jetzt ordentlich gescheppert. Das gibt sicher eine Safety-Car-Phase nach dieser massiven Kleinholzmachung im Hinterfeld. Einer der beiden Red Bull Junioren neben die Strecke gerumpelt und im Versuch da auszuweichen. Uiuiui. Das war schon ein härterer Unfall. Überall Bügel natürlich stabil. Längst wie üblich im Motorsport eingebacken und nicht mehr verschraubt mit dem Kohlefasermonocoque.
What's going to happen here? Robert Wickens is out of the race. He leads by 9 points from his Carlin teammate. Oh, that's disaster for the Canadian. And so Wickens on the outside trying to line him up, dives on the inside and then settles for third. And then a bit of a nudge there, I think there was from Jean-Eric Verne, and there a big impact indeed. And you can see that he can't steer anymore. Oh, didn't see that one before. That's a massive accident. Who was that? He's just, that was, oh, there we see the car there. That was Nathaniel Berton. And then Wickens goes on straight because he can't steer anymore, loses steering with the broken suspension. There's more carnage into the first turn. And that was the impact with Berton then.
Catching's one thing, passing another around Moscow Raceway.
Oh, big accident! Big accident! Who's that? That's one of the SMB cars.
Yes.
Let's have a look at what that was. Oh, this is Martsenko up the inside, and that's Foresti. Whoa! Big roll! That is a massive accident!
It's a very frightening accident.
Dear, oh dear, that is nasty, and it's rummed him through the gravel trap as well, and he catches the fence, both men out of their cars, and that is Martsenko out of his car, rushing to see if Lucas is okay. That was a monumental accident. And we do see movement. Oh, he is out the car.
We see Lucas gingerly moving away from his vehicle.
That was a heart-stopping moment. Well, we were talking about gravel traps before. That's one of the reasons why there aren't so many gravel traps nowadays, because it does cause a problem. Look at that, he's just running across the gravel trap here. This is where most of the damage would have been done, but it looks like he's okay.
Somebody got left behind on the grid, didn't see who, but no major dramas, I don't think. Magnussen leads, Steven second. Great start from Stoffel van Dorn, he's in third place. The blue car in fourth is Will Boy, and up in the air, that's a Lotus.
Sorensen.
Yeah. Slow there, and we're going to have a red flag. Surely there's a bundle of cars there. Sorensen moving in the cockpit, which is very good news. Both Lotuses out on the spot. Looks like a P1 car there as well. And that's Carlos Huertas, the only Carlin car on the grid. Somebody was going very slowly in the first left-hand element there. After they go right, they go left. And somebody went very slowly. And Sorensen, trying to recover from a poor start, I think was launched over the back wheel. I didn't quite see who it was.
He was on the wrong line there, William Buller. We're watching Jafar. He's now battling big contact.
Oh dear, oh my goodness. That is a big shot, and that is going to be a safety car at the very minimum. Oh, into the pit wall, that is a big one. Who is that that's gone over?
Just racing on the inside, Sorensen on the left-hand side. Let's see what happens now.
Oh, Sorensen turns in.
Sorensen thinks he's trying to pick up the toe from the car in front. He hasn't quite realised that Jafar is still there, and he's just drifted across.
Carlos Sainz trying hard to close the door. Nato going the long way round the outside. Bravery gives him the lead. Can he hold it? No, Mary cuts back on the inside. They're going to be wheel-to-wheel to turn two, but Mary couldn't get the power on. Nato is in front, rolling, and there's a massive accident further back. And that is 25 upside down. Oscar Tuño, that is the second of the Arden cars. And the third car there was that Mathieu Bazavier.
And who's that up at turn one? That looks as though it's Negrão in the Seoul International Draco Racing. Has he rolled? He's rolled that, look.
Yes, he has. Look at the damage on the roof. So he's clipped somebody going into the Dunlop curve and has rolled. And if that's not a safety car, I don't know what is.
That's your actual stop.
So Kanemaru turns in. That's a first corner at Monza incident, isn't it? But with a great deal more speed.
Dean Stoneman holding in second place for Dams, ahead of Nick de Vries. Roberto Meri crosses the line in fourth. Oh dear me! Oh no! Terrible crash as Nicholas Latifi plows into the back of Roberto Meri's car. Meri slowed down immediately after the start-finish line, and Latifi launched off the back of him. I do hope both those drivers are okay. That was an utterly sickening impact moments after the end of this race, as we see Roberto Meri had taken the checkered flag, and Latifi just did not realise he'd slowed down so quickly. An absolutely horrible crash. Latifi had been defending from Tom Dillman and was obviously so busy doing that, well, he had no reason to expect that anybody would have slowed down so soon after the finishing line. It's a completely unnecessary accident, and I'm sure we'll see ramifications from this.
That's within 100 metres of taking the checkered flag that Roberto Meri was going at, what, 50, 60 miles an hour? So yeah. I don't understand, unless, in his defence, unless he had a mechanical problem of some sort.